Hello, hello, hello. It's your girl, Brandy. Guess what? I might be crazy, but I'm crazy for Udaisy. Guess what today is, y'all? Today is African Market Day. And don't talk about my oil. I done been in here, prayed, and all that good stuff, so I am ready to tackle the day. Let's go to the Cary African Caribbean Market right here in Cary, North Carolina. Let's go. Everybody need red onions in their home. If you are married to a Nigerian man, you definitely need the red onions. Okay, it's a must. And so here I am preparing the Egusi soup. I'm chopping up the red onions. I usually do at least like 3 onions, chop them up. One definitely is going to be, or two of them actually is going to be for the actual soup. One is going to go in my egusi. So yeah, I'm just going to be letting it play and talking a little bit here and there, because who's going to talk all the way through this video is not me. As you can see, my eyes have started to burn. Ooh. My husband says that the onions, when it burns your eyes, that it is working. It is helping your eyes. Any infection, well, baby, this infection about to be good and clear, because I was crying up a storm. I've never cried this much while cutting up onions, but this time was a definite different time. Okay, here I am cutting up the red pepper that I got. I usually boil all this together that you see. It gives it that I boil it and then I drain it and then I keep that, and then that's what I usually use to chop up or to blend. But today I didn't feel like doing all that. I already had some in the refrigerator from where I prepared, a couple weeks ago. So I'm just gonna go on and do this one the regular way, so to show you guys exactly what it is that I do to get my paste done. Okay, now the paste is all done. I've got that good and pasted. I'm gonna add a little bit of water to get rid of that little excess paste in there. Because what? We do not waste around here. I'm gonna sit it over to the side and go ahead on and just do my onions as well. The same way, just them by themselves. Add a little bit of water and, well, a little bit more water. And go ahead on and chop those, blend those up really well. Because this makes the best egusi. Yes. So now I'm opening up my egusi. Where's a knife? Where's a knife? Got a bowl. Okay. Yeah. And be careful with the knife. Always cut away from yourself, never to yourself. Yeah. We don't want those problems. So I got my egusi in there. It's going to have chunks in it, but it's okay, because once you start mixing it, you can always like get those lumps out of there. So you pour on over them onions into there and start stirring it right on up. Mixed it up, and once it's kind of like a thick paste, then you know that that's the consistency. Usually it's a little bit softer, but I don't really like mine too soft, so I just went on with that, and that should do it. All right, you set everything over to the side, and I will be using chicken today for my protein. Those little chicken drumettes, love them. The flats, definitely use them. I was soaking them because, of course, they was frozen, and I completely forgot to take them out. And there's the egusi. That's what that looks like. Good and thick, but not too thick. Still like a paste like. Back to washing dishes, of course. Can never move on until those few dishes that I've already used are clean and out of the way. So yeah. Alrighty. And of course, noonday chat with the African wives. Y'all see my girls. We get together every now and again. I'm with this set, that set. I love all my Niger wives. Shout out to the Niger wives. Our wives, our wives, our wives. Look at Shawana Green, but okay, back to this. Okay, my chicken. I'm about to get ready to season this. And you guys, I do not add any water to this. Even when I'm doing my goat meat, I do not add any water at the beginning. I strictly just use this along the meat and all the juices that I'm gonna put in here, which will be the onion puree that I made. I'm gonna pour that over in there. Then as well, I'm gonna add, see the Maggi cube, I used the stew one. I'm only gonna use a half one. You guys, from what I heard, Maggi is not your best friend. It is very, I guess, salty, and it's just not really good for you, but it's very good for flavor. So I added one cube, not one full one, but a half of a block, and I put that in there. I'm gonna give that a good stir. Again, you guys, we are trying to get away from so much salt, so much fats, like it's just not good for you, and we're trying to take control, take back our health. So yeah, stay away from that. So about 15 minutes later, come back and get to stirring, and of course you're gonna see that little bit of juice is in there. It's gonna make your stock, that's going to be the best part in this. It is important to make sure that your stock is very flavorful, because that's going to also go into the stew, but we'll get back to that. So right here I have put a little bit of palm oil. Again, usually you would use a whole lot more, but I'm not using a whole lot of oils. Like I said, we're trying to get our cholesterol under control, and so we're trying to use as less as possible. So right here I'm just pretty much putting the egusi in the palm oil and frying it up a little bit, as good as I can. You want to keep it in there until it's kind of sort of separating, but not too much to where it's gonna burn. And if it do burn a little bit, that's okay. It's not really burn, it's just, you know, frying up. Right here, I'm taking the egusi out because I fried it up. I feel like good enough. I'm just putting it right back. I'll somewhat wash the pan. You still kind of want to leave some stuff in there. It's okay. It's not going to hurt. So once again, I come back with a little bit of palm oil. Again, usually we use more, but of course, like I said, we're trying to get away from so much oil and all that stuff. So I just used a little bit this time around. I'm going to go in also, let that get kind of hot. Then I'm going to, when it starts bubbling a little bit, I'm going to add my paste that I just made out of the pepper and scotch bonnet and onion. I don't need all of it. I'm going to add the rest to what I have in the refrigerator. I'm going to let that come to a boil. I did add that other cube of the Maggi to this. And my favorite, crayfish. Now, crayfish is something, it kind of will leave a little taste if you add it too soon, but at the same time, this is what you're getting your flavors. You got to put your flavors in there. So you let that come to a good old boil. All right here you see it's come to a boil. Now, usually I would add the egusi in there first, but my crazy self went in with the chicken first, which is okay because it just all need to go in there at this point. I'm tired. I'm ready to be done. Cooking this Niger food is no easy task, school. It takes time and preparation, so just be prepared when you do it. It's going to take a little bit of time, but you got it. You got this. All right, after letting that boil and fried up a little bit, I started adding my chicken in there. Like I said, I should have done my egusi first, but it's okay because everything pretty much just goes in at this point in time. I went ahead on and added the stock from the chicken that was in there. It really wasn't enough. I really should have probably added a little bit water to the stock just to make it a little bit more juicy, but it's okay. Just put your little bit of water in there and get it to going. It's gonna fry down a little bit. Excuse me. And I put a little bit of that seasoning in there. Not too much because, like I said, some of these seasonings aren't really all that wonderful, but egusi soup alone is a very healthy meal. It's a very healthy soup. So just, everything in moderation. And of course, you're not Nigerian if you don't taste it all. And by this time, it was tasting very good. I did have to go back in and add a tad bit more salt to it because I didn't really season it heavily. So now I'm going in with my ugu leaves, and I'm going to do a little bit at a time and stir those in. Ugu leaves, you do not have to cook very long. Really, any leaf, you really don't have to cook that long because you don't want to boil out the protein, boil out all the good stuff in those leaves because they are very good in the body. Okay, I did go back in. I did need to add a little bit more water. And voila, this is the egusi. It still need to cook down a little bit, but this is pretty much it. Everything is pretty much done now at this point. I'm just gonna let it cook down and stir it a little bit. And baby, you got you some egusi with chicken. Look who's home, guys. Namdi, my bookie lookie. He is making us some gari right now. I can do the fufu because it's a lot simpler, but when it comes to the gari, I let him go on and take care of that because he knows the exact consistency that it needs to be in order for it not to be too runny or too thick. So he's covering that up for a few minutes, and baby, we is ready to, wahala. Here we go, baby. Everybody's plate, its bowls is ready. That gari is ready. Hey, it is time to chop up. He done took his bowl and went to go sit down and eat. Listen, my husband says, babe, I am hungry. Please, I beg, let me eat. It's fine, babe. Go on and eat. Well, you would think if he was that hungry, he would get off that phone and go ahead on and chop his food. I'm waiting. Not much of an expression, but anyways, I know it's good. I ain't gonna bother him. It's like he done had a stressful day today. So, it is what it is. My turn, which I already know is going to be bomb because I love making egusi and fufu for my family. They enjoy it. I enjoy it. Y'all can't tell me this girl ain't got the Niger wife stuff down packed. Even the kids love it. They prefer fufu, but they like gari as well too. Thank y'all for joining. Please subscribe. Have a good night.